Mom, we're here. Took a bit longer to drive over than I thought. Oh, you made it. Welcome, welcome. Your dad's out fishing for the day, so it's just the three of us. I guess we'll have to fend for ourselves when it comes to dinner. Yeah, sounds good to me. We can figure something out.
Hello, Mrs. Evans. It's great to meet you again. Thank you for inviting me into your home.
Oh, don't be so formal, sweetie. You're the first girl Shane has ever brought home twice. I've gotta say, that's a pretty big deal for him.
Huh? Really? What do you mean by that?
Mom, please don't make this awkward. Kendra, just ignore her. She likes to tease. I'm just pulling your leg, honey. Can't a mother joke around with her son and his fiancée? Don't take it too seriously. I know Shane better than anyone. He's as honest as they come, and one of the kindest souls I've ever known.
Oh, I know that, Mrs. Evans. I've been with Shane for 3 years now, so believe me, I've seen that side of him. He's really one of a kind.
Well, enough chit-chat. How about we get you something to drink? You've been on the road for a while, after all.
Oh, no need to fuss. I can grab something for us from the kitchen.
Absolutely not. You're a guest in my house, and I wouldn't dream of letting you lift a finger. Shane, honey, why don't you whip us up some iced coffees? 3 cups should do it, and I know you know how to make those. Of course, Mom. I've got it covered.
I can help you out in the kitchen if you need an extra hand.
Oh, no, darling. I actually sent him off on purpose. I wanted a chance for just us ladies to sit down and chat. Have a little heart-to-heart, you know. Come on, sit here with me. Yeah, Kendra, relax. Sit and talk to my mom. Get to know each other a little better before we tie the knot. It'll be good for you two to bond. Come sit next to me, sweetie.
Yes, Mrs. Evans.
You know, I can tell you were raised with good values. Maybe it's because you're the oldest daughter in your family. There's just something about you. You have that natural respect for elders. It's rare these days.
Thank you, Mrs. Evans. I'm flattered to hear that. Honestly, I've been told that a lot, though it's always a little embarrassing to admit it myself.
Don't be embarrassed. It's a good thing. I had a feeling about you from the start. The way you dress, your manners, how you carry yourself. It's all very proper. People like me, from the older generation, really appreciate that kind of respect. It's just a shame you didn't go to college. That could have opened so many doors for you.
Yeah, my parents feel the same way. But the truth is, college was never really for me. I always wanted to run my own business. I've been running my cafe for a few years now, and I've never regretted my decision. It's my passion.
So your parents helped you get the cafe up and running?
Yes, they did. I'm really grateful for their support.
How nice of them. So, when did you meet Shane?
We met when I was in my late 20s. We were introduced by a mutual friend at a dinner party.
Late 20s, huh? So I guess Shane wasn't your first serious relationship. What made you think he was the one?
Excuse me?
Don't worry, dear. I'm not trying to be nosy. But as his mother, I want to understand what drew you to him. Every mother wants to know why their future daughter-in-law is interested in their son.
Oh, I understand, Mrs. Evans. Well, I've always been drawn to men who are reliable and responsible. And Shane is all of that and more. He's a great real estate agent. He manages his money well. He keeps everything neat. And he's always kind. Honestly, out of all the people I've met, he stands out as the best.
Well, you certainly have a good head on your shoulders when it comes to picking men.
Me? You think so?
Yes, you. The way you talk, the way you think. It's clear you're mature beyond your years. Your parents did a wonderful job raising you.
Thank you for saying that. It means a lot coming from you.
Not going to college doesn't really matter if you've already found your path. You've worked hard. You've started your own happiness. And you're independent. That's more than what a degree could ever give you. But if I'm being honest, there is one thing that's been on my mind.
Is something bothering you?
Well, it's just that running a cafe, especially an independent one, must be financially difficult. I can't help but wonder if it's sustainable. Here's the iced coffee, Mom. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt. Shane, you always show up when I'm in the middle of a serious conversation. My bad. But I overheard you talking about finances, and I think there's something you don't know. Mom, Kendra's cafe is doing really well. In fact, she's earning almost as much as I do. Wait, what? You're saying she makes as much as you do? I thought independent cafes barely broke even. Not this one. Even though it's still growing, Kendra's cafe is already turning a nice profit. If it gets even a little more popular, she'll be doing better than both of us combined. You might be looking at your future millionaire family member.
Shane, you're exaggerating.
Wow, I had no idea. I didn't realize an independent cafe could do so well. It's true, Mom. And that's not all. Her parents were really well off, too. They've even offered to help us buy our first house when we get married. Really?
Yes, we were planning to tell you later, but my parents have been saving up for years, and they've offered to help us with our down payment. If you and Mr. Evans are okay with it, we'd be thrilled to accept their help.
Okay with it? I am more than okay with it. I am absolutely thrilled. Your parents raised you so well, and I feel so lucky to be gaining such a wonderful, well-rounded family member. And here I am serving you iced coffee. We should be rolling out the red carpet.
Oh, no, Mrs. Evans. I'm more than happy with the iced coffee. It's perfect.
Sweetie, are you sure you don't want anything else? Once Gerard gets back, we're heading out for steaks. How does that sound? Steaks sound awesome. I'll look up some good places nearby and make us a reservation. But Mom, does this mean you're officially giving us your blessing? You didn't really give us a clear answer last time. Of course I'm giving my blessing. I just didn't want to rush things and lose you two to some other family. Now hurry up and get married before someone else snatches her away.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Evans. I really appreciate your support. I couldn't have asked for a better first meeting with Lorraine. She genuinely seemed to like me, and Shane and I received both of our family's blessings for our marriage. Everything seemed perfect, and I was confident that the future would be smooth sailing. But life has a funny way of surprising you. Not long after our honeymoon, Mrs. Evans made a comment that completely caught me off guard. It was something I never expected, and it left me feeling shaken.
Kendra, honey.
Yes, Lorraine?
Is Shane in the shower?
Yeah, he just went in a few minutes ago. He's still getting ready, so he hasn't started yet. Do you need him for something? I can call him if it's important.
Oh, no need to pull him out of the bathroom. Once a man gets in there, he'll take his sweet time. You know how it is. I can tell you instead. It's nothing too urgent.
Okay, sure. What's going on?
Well, this might come as a bit of a surprise to you, but Shane has been giving us a monthly allowance. About $400 a month. It's been that way for a while.
Really? I had no idea.
Yeah, I thought maybe he would have mentioned it by now.
No, this is the first I'm hearing of it.
Well, I'm glad I brought it up then. He's been very generous with it, and after he got married, he said he'd keep it up. We've been relying on it a lot, especially with Gerard retiring.
I see. I didn't realize you were depending on it that much.
Yeah, it's been helping us build our retirement savings. Gerard retired last year, and you know how it is. Once the paycheck stops coming in, you have to get creative with making ends meet. That allowance has really kept us afloat.
Oh, I understand.
Now, I wanted to ask you something. If you don't mind, I'd appreciate it if you could talk to Shane for me. I'm just worried that now that he's married, he might feel like he doesn't need to keep sending it. But the truth is, we really need that money. And it would put a huge dent in our finances if he stopped.
Of course, I can bring it up with him. I didn't know how important it was.
Thanks, dear. And while we're on the subject, I wanted to ask if you might consider contributing as well. You know, now that you two are married, it wouldn't hurt for both of you to pitch in.
Me? Oh, well...
Yes, it's common for married couples to help support their parents. I'm sure you've heard about that before.
Right. I guess I haven't really thought about it. Shane and I haven't talked about this, so I'm not sure how he'd feel. I don't want to make a decision like that without discussing it with him first.
What's there to discuss, sweetie? It's your money, too. If you feel like helping out, I don't see why Shane would object.
I suppose that's true, but I'm just not sure it's the right time.
Kendra, who are you talking to? Oh, Mom, I didn't know you were here. Shane! You're already out of the shower. We were just having a little chat while you were cleaning up. You must be tired from the trip. Why don't you head to bed? What were you two talking about?
Lorraine was telling me about the allowance you've been giving her. I had no idea.
Oh, right. I've been helping them out with some money every month.
Why didn't you tell me?
I didn't think it was a big deal, and I didn't want you to worry about it. It's something I've always done, and I didn't want to put any pressure on you.
But we're married now. You should have told me. We're managing everything together, and it's important for us to be on the same page.
You're right. I'm sorry, Kendra. I didn't mean to keep it from you. It just didn't seem necessary to bring it up at the time.
Lorraine mentioned that you can't stop giving her the allowance.
She did. Don't worry about it, babe. I'll take care of it.
It's not that simple. How can I not worry about it? She also asked if I'd be willing to chip in. She pretty much asked if I'd start contributing to the allowance myself.
Wait, what? She actually asked you that?
Yeah, I was a bit surprised too, honestly.
Ugh, that sounds like something my mom would say. She's always making offhand comments like that. Don't let it get to you. I'll handle it. Seriously, you don't need to stress over this.
Are you sure? I just don't want you to feel like I'm being selfish or that I don't care about your parents. I mean, I love them, but I just don't think we're in a position right now to be giving out money like that.
Trust me, it's fine. You're not being selfish at all. We've got other priorities, like saving for our own future. I'll talk to Mom when the next allowance payment is due, and I'll make sure she understands that we're doing the best we can. You really don't need to worry about it.
Okay. I just don't want anyone, especially your parents, to think that I'm not willing to help out. It's just that we need to be smart about this. We're still trying to build our own savings, and I don't think we can comfortably afford to give them money right now. But that doesn't mean I'm against the idea in the future.
I know. We're on the same page. You're right. We've got to focus on us right now. I'll make sure Mom doesn't bring up the allowance again, and I'll make sure she knows where we stand. I promise.
All right, but make sure you really talk to her. I don't want this to become a bigger issue down the road.
I will, babe. Just trust me. We'll be fine.
At that moment, I really believed the issue was behind us. Shane seemed confident that he would take care of it, and I trusted him to handle things with Lorraine. But looking back, I realized I should have pressed harder. Something felt off from the start, and instead of addressing it head-on, I let it slide. I thought it was a small issue, something that would resolve itself over time. But that was my mistake. What started as a minor problem snowballed into something much bigger, and Shane, despite his good intentions, wasn't able to stop it before it got out of hand. If only I had trusted my gut when I first sensed trouble, we might have avoided what was to come.
What did you just say?
$1,000!
Lower your voice, it's late. Do you really want to wake the neighbors?
I don't care what time it is. Did you seriously just say we need to give your parents $1,000? You told me I wouldn't have to worry about their allowance. You said you'd handle everything.
Yeah, well, after talking to Mom and Dad, I started to think they have a point.
A point? What kind of point could possibly justify this?
Think about it. When a child gets married, it's a huge event for the parents. It's like a celebration of their hard work, raising their child into adulthood. But let's be real. What do the parents get out of it? They give so much, but once their child is gone, they're left with nothing.
What are you even talking about? Are you joking? No one has children expecting some kind of return on investment when they get married.
No, I'm not saying it like that. Look, just hear me out. It's not as big of a deal as you're making it out to be.
Not a big deal? How is this not a big deal? $1,000 isn't just some pocket change. It's serious money.
Why are you being so sarcastic? It's not like I'm asking for the moon here. It's just a small increase to what I'm already giving them. $500 from me, $500 from you. That's it. It adds up to $1,000 a month, which really isn't that much in the grand scheme of things.
Is your family the only one celebrating this so-called milestone? My parents deserve the same respect, if that's your logic. I'm the first one in my family to get married, too. And by your reasoning, shouldn't my parents also be receiving something? Should we give them $1,000 too?
That's different, Kendra. Your parents are still working. Your mom and dad own a successful lighting business. They're not exactly struggling. My parents, on the other hand, have retired. They need more support now. They don't have a steady income like your folks do.
Oh, so now we're playing favorites, huh? That's what this is about? Your parents get special treatment just because they retired, while mine get nothing? You do realize there's not a massive financial gap between our families. Why is it okay for your parents to receive an allowance, but not mine? This feels really one-sided and selfish to me.
Fine. I see how it is. You know, I always thought you were the kind of person who valued family, especially since you're the eldest daughter. I thought you'd understand the importance of helping out our parents. But I guess I misjudged you. I didn't realize you'd be so calculating. Maybe I should have spent more time visiting both sets of parents over the last 5 years, if I had known you were keeping score.
What's that supposed to mean? Are you seriously suggesting you regret marrying me because of this? Because I want us to be fair?
I'm done with this. If you don't want to help, then fine. Forget it.
Once the disagreement over my in-laws' allowance wasn't settled, things started to take a dark turn for me. It wasn't long before I could feel a shift in the atmosphere at home. My husband, Shane, began to show his frustration more openly, making me feel like I wasn't living up to his expectations as a daughter-in-law. He hinted that I wasn't doing enough to support his parents, that I wasn't as invested in their well-being as he thought I should be. But as much as his disappointment hurt, the real problem didn't lie with Shane. It was with Lorraine. Somehow, she must have found out that the allowance situation hadn't been resolved, whether Shane told her directly or she picked up on it herself. From that point on, she started treating me differently. It wasn't blatant at first. Just small, petty things. Little jabs here and there, comments about how I wasn't contributing enough or about how I managed the house. But slowly, it became more intentional. She would go out of her way to make me feel guilty, even criticizing me for things that weren't my fault. It was as though she wanted to punish me for not agreeing to the financial agreement, and every interaction became more strained and uncomfortable. The problem was no longer about the money. It had grown into something much bigger, something personal. And while Shane couldn't see it, I knew that this was just the beginning of a much larger battle. Lorraine, what is all this?
Didn't I tell you to stay for dinner tonight? What, are you and Shane still not on the same page? Did you not agree to eat here either?
Excuse me?
You know, you two talked a big game about how you were going to make it as a couple. But now it seems like you can't even agree on the simplest things. I'm just asking because I was wondering if staying for dinner is another one of those things you couldn't settle on.
No, that's not it at all.
Good. I'm glad that's not the case. I went out grocery shopping this morning because I wanted to prepare a nice big meal for us all. I've been on my feet since dawn, and I thought my back was going to give out.
But why did you prepare so much? Shane and I don't really eat that much.
Well, when you're dining with your elders, you don't skimp on the food. You should know that by now.
Sure, but this is a lot. And I think some of these dishes are pretty rich, too.
Well, it's a family dinner. You should be able to handle a hearty meal. It's not like we're eating this every day.
I'm not great with really heavy, rich food, though.
Oh, come on. You'll get used to it. Besides, wasting food is a big no-no in this family. We don't let anything go to waste. So you're going to have to finish what's on your plate.
All of this?
You're overthinking it. Just take smaller bites. It's not that much when you really sit down and eat.
Lorraine, I didn't mention this before, but I've got a sensitive stomach. Rich, greasy foods don't sit well with me, and I can't handle too much of it.
Oh, please. That's just because you've been coddling your stomach with light foods. You need to build up a stronger tolerance. It's all in your head. And besides, with so many people struggling to put food on the table, wasting anything is practically a crime. So just eat everything and you'll be fine.
Okay. I'll do my best. That day was the beginning of something I hadn't anticipated. Lorraine started cooking these heavy, rich meals every time I visited, even though I repeatedly told her I couldn't handle them. When I began avoiding dinners at her house, thinking it would solve the problem, she found a way around it. She started bringing large containers of food directly to our apartment. Without warning, she'd load up our fridge with lasagna, casseroles, and dishes drenched in butter and cream. She'd even check in to make sure I was eating them, either calling to ask or dropping by to see if the containers had been emptied. It felt like I was being watched, forced to eat things I knew would make me sick. No matter how many times I explained that my stomach couldn't handle the richness, she just brushed it off. She insisted that I was overreacting, that I needed to toughen up and eat real food, and that wasting any of it was practically a sin. The more she insisted, the more I felt trapped, like I was constantly being judged for not living up to her expectations. But I couldn't keep forcing myself to eat food that made me feel awful. Eventually, my body couldn't take it anymore. I started feeling sick after almost every meal, but I kept trying to power through it. That was a huge mistake. One day at work, my pain became unbearable. My stomach was in knots, and I could barely stand up straight. I ended up being rushed to the hospital, and that's when I realized I had been putting up with far too much. What started as an attempt to keep the peace had turned into a serious health crisis, and it was clear I needed to take a stand.
So, how are you feeling? Better yet.
Oh, Lorraine, I didn't know you were here.
Stress-induced gastritis, huh? Unbelievable. I'm twice your age and I don't have these issues. Why is someone as young as you falling apart like this?
Lorraine, I've told you before that I've always had a sensitive stomach. It's not something new.
Oh, listen to her. Now you're going to sit here and argue with me. What are you trying to say? That this is my fault? That the food going into your mouth is somehow my doing?
It's not like that, Lorraine. But I couldn't keep turning down the meals you made. I was just trying to be polite, and that's why I told you at the beginning that I couldn't handle rich food.
Oh, so you're saying I pressured you into this, and that's why you ended up here. Are you really blaming me for your gastritis? Mom, calm down. Other people are starting to look over here. I'm only upset because she's making it sound like I'm the reason she's sick. She's a grown woman and can't manage what she eats. And now she's turning it into my fault. How could I not be mad? Mom, please. She's sick, and it's not just regular gastritis. It's stress-induced. Can you try to be a little more understanding? Stress-induced? From what? I'm not the one who caused her stress. If anything, I'm the one trying to make sure everyone's well-fed. And now I'm getting blamed for this nonsense. Mom, just stop for a minute, okay? This is not the time for this. We're here because Kendra is sick. Let's just focus on that. Fine. But I'll tell you this. I've never seen anything so ridiculous in my life. Blaming me for trying to make sure she eats well. I don't even know what to say. Anyway, Kendra, what are you going to do about the cafe? You've got a lot on your plate.
I've got a few part-timers covering for me while I'm here, so it should be fine for now.
Yeah. Well, even with part-timers, you're the one who needs to handle things like placing orders and managing inventory. You can't do that from the hospital. Do you want me to go check on things for you while you're recovering? Now, wait just a minute. Why are you offering to handle the cafe, Shane? You've already got enough on your plate with your job as a real estate agent. Let the part-timers handle it, like she said. Mom, let's be real. The part-timers can't keep everything running smoothly for days on end. Someone has to step in, and I think I can help. I'm off this weekend, so I can go in and make sure things are running the way they should be.
Would you really do that for me?
Of course. We're a team. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal? Are you kidding me? You're not unemployed, Shane. You have things to do yourself. And now you want to take on the cafe, too. What's next? You'll be working for her like some kind of servant.
Lorraine, I can't believe you'd say that. I'm not trying to make Shane do anything. He's just offering to help me out while I'm in the hospital. It's not like I'm taking advantage of him.
Quiet, Kendra. I see what's going on here. You've got this whole thing figured out, haven't you? You want to make life easier for yourself while you run Shane ragged. First you push me around, then you try to get your hands on Shane. You've been playing innocent, but I see right through you now.
Excuse me? That's not what's happening at all.
All right, that's enough, Mom. Let's stop this before it gets any worse. Kendra's not feeling well, and this is the last thing she needs to hear right now. If you've got something to say, we can talk about it later when she's better. Later? You think this can wait until later? You think I should just sit here quietly and let this woman push me aside like I don't exist? You get married and suddenly it's all about her. What about your mother, Shane? Do I even matter to you anymore? Mom, don't be like that. You know that's not true. Oh, sure. It's all about Kendra now. I'm just the overbearing mother-in-law who doesn't know when to stay quiet, right? Well, I hope you're happy, Kendra. You've got a husband who'll defend you no matter what. Must feel good to have someone in your corner, huh? Mom, let's just go. This isn't helping anyone. Kendra, I'll come back and check on you later, okay?
Okay. Thanks, Shane. Bye, Lorraine. Drive safely.
Safe? You think I can drive safely when you're sitting here practically blaming me for your health problems? You better believe I'm not the only one who's upset here. Mom, let's go. Now. Fine. You don't have to push me.
I can't even begin to describe how shocked I was by the things Lorraine said while I was lying in that hospital bed. There I was, sick and vulnerable, and instead of offering any kind of support or sympathy, she laid into me, as if my health problems were some kind of inconvenience to her. It was hard to believe that this was the same woman who, at one point, had shown me kindness. I kept thinking that maybe, somehow, we could salvage our relationship. But after seeing her attitude during that visit, any hope I had left completely disappeared. And it didn't stop there. Throughout my entire hospital stay, she kept calling me, not to check on how I was doing, but to complain about how Shane was having to pick up the slack by going to the cafe in my place. She made it sound like it was all my fault, like I had intentionally put this burden on him. The whole situation became unbearable, and all I could think about was getting discharged as soon as possible just to escape her constant nagging.
Oh, hey, Kendra. You're back. How are you feeling? Are you sure you're okay to be up and around already? You were in the hospital for a while.
Yeah, I'm feeling much better. Thanks for asking. I just couldn't stay away any longer. I've missed the cafe and needed to get back to work. I know you've been covering things while I was gone, and I can't thank you enough for stepping up. How did everything go while I was out? No major issues, I hope.
Well, for the most part, the cafe's been running smoothly. But, there's something I've been meaning to tell you. I wasn't sure if I should say anything, but after thinking about it, I figured you'd want to know.
What's going on? You're starting to make me nervous, Tyler. If there's a problem, just tell me. You know I can handle it.
Okay, here's the thing. Your husband, Shane, has been coming by the cafe for the past few days while you were recovering.
Yeah, I know. He said he was going to help out, and I appreciated it. Was there an issue with that? What happened?
Well, it wasn't that he didn't help out, but he seemed more interested in something else. Every time he came in, he took the cash from the register. I saw him do it multiple times. I didn't know how to bring it up because he's your husband, but it didn't feel right.
Wait, what? Shane was taking the cash from the cafe? Are you serious? How much did he take?
Yeah, I'm serious. He didn't just take a little. He emptied out the register. Each time he came by, he took all the cash. He even put up this sign. 10th anniversary special, 20% off for cash payments. Most of our customers usually pay by card, so he was encouraging cash payments instead.
Now it all makes sense. That's why he was so eager to take over while I was recovering. I should have known. He had his own hidden agenda all along.
I'm really sorry I didn't tell you sooner. I wasn't sure what to do. I wanted to stop him, but since he's your husband, I didn't think I had the authority to step in. I'm really sorry, Kendra.
No, Tyler, don't apologize. You did the right thing by telling me now. I appreciate you looking out for the cafe. This is just so shocking. I can't believe Shane would do something like this.
I wasn't sure if I should say anything, but it just didn't feel right to keep it from you. You've always been good to us, and I didn't want this to go unnoticed.
Thank you, Tyler. You've done more than enough. I'll take it from here. As soon as Tyler told me what Shane had been doing, I confronted him. I was beyond angry. I stormed home and we had the biggest fight we've ever had. It turns out Shane had been lying to me for months. He quit his job as a real estate agent right after we got married, and I had no idea. He said he was about to get fired anyway because he wasn't doing well at work, so he figured quitting was better. But the worst part? He thought we could live off my income from the cafe alone, and he didn't even bother to tell me. I was furious. We argued for hours, but there was no resolution. The trust between us was broken. How could he hide something so important from me? And then to find out he'd been stealing money from the cafe? I didn't know if I could ever look at him the same way again. Despite everything falling apart at home, the cafe was thriving. Business was better than ever, and I threw myself into it, using the success as a distraction from my crumbling marriage. As the cafe grew busier, my problems with Shane took a back seat. I didn't have time to deal with the wreckage of our relationship. The cafe was all I could focus on, and as strange as it sounds, it became my escape from the chaos. Something feels off today. Why is the rain being so quiet? Just yesterday, she was yelling at me for standing up to Shane, but today… silence? Has she had a change of heart, or is she cooking up some new plan?
Hey, Kendra.
Oh, what are you doing here? Let me guess. You're here to dip your hands into the cafe's earnings again?
Wow, you're still mad about that? That was ages ago.
Ages ago? Are you serious? We haven't even settled that issue yet. You never properly apologized, and you sure haven't returned the money you took. And now you're acting like everything's fine.
I know. I'm really sorry, okay? I came here to apologize for real this time.
Apologize? Out of the blue? Come on, what's your angle? What's your real reason for showing up today?
Come on, don't be like that. When have I ever had an agenda with you?
When have you ever? How about when I was sick and you pretended to care while secretly stealing money from my cafe? If that's not an agenda, I don't know what is.
Okay, I admit that was wrong. I shouldn't have done that. But at the time, I didn't know how to tell you I'd quit my job. I didn't want to worry you and I needed the money, so I messed up.
So why are you here now? What do you want?
I'm really just here to make things right. I want to apologize and, well, I was thinking maybe we could go out for dinner tonight. You know, spend some time together. Just the two of us.
I'm not really in the mood for dinner.
You need to eat, Kendra. You've still got that stomach condition, and skipping meals isn't going to help. Let's at least grab something healthy. I don't want you to get worse.
Fine, I get it. Look, I'm busy right now. I'll text you later, okay? We'll figure something out for dinner.
So, you're forgiving me?
Let's just leave it at that for now. I'll think about it.
By the way, I've noticed your cafe's been getting a lot of buzz lately. I heard some famous singer drop by and said the lattes were amazing. Business must be booming, right? Bet the sales have skyrocketed, huh?
Let's cut to the chase. Are you here because you need money again?
No, that's not it at all.
Then quit bringing up the sales and go, please. I've got work to do.
All right. I'll see you later tonight, then.
That man drives me crazy. He shows up like a bloodhound whenever he smells money. Later that evening, I left the cafe in the hands of the part-timers and met Shane for dinner. Surprisingly, he spent most of the evening apologizing. It seemed genuine, and for the first time in a long while, I started to believe that maybe he was truly sorry. As we sat there talking and eating, I felt my anger slowly fading. You know how it is with marriages. Sometimes you fight, but if you're not planning on getting divorced, you learn to forgive and move forward. That's just part of being married, right? I found myself thinking that perhaps this was just another rough patch we had to get through. And maybe, just maybe, we could work things out. After all, Shane was the man I chose to marry, and part of me believed that if I had chosen him, I should be willing to forgive him. I was almost ready to let go of the past and reconcile. But just when I thought we were on the road to recovery, it became clear that some habits can't be changed. As much as I wanted to forgive him, a part of me knew deep down that there was something else coming. I couldn't have predicted what happened next. Something that would make forgiveness impossible. Lorraine?
Oh, hey, I'm here. Just thought I'd stop by and grab some coffee.
Sure, no problem.
I haven't been here since before the wedding. Seems like it's been a while, huh?
Yeah, it has. What can I get you?
I heard you've got some new popular item on the menu these days. I'll have whatever that is.
Got it, Lorraine.
By the way, sweetheart.
Sweetheart? What's going on? She hasn't called me that since before the honeymoon. What's her angle now?
Yes? I've said some pretty harsh things to you over the past few months, haven't I?
It's okay, Lorraine.
No, it's not okay. I know I've been stubborn and hard-headed, and I'm sure I hurt you along the way. I wanted to come here to apologize.
Wait, what? Is she for real? What's with the sudden change of heart? You don't have to apologize.
Yes, I do. If you've been carrying any resentment, today's the day to let it go. I'm sorry I acted emotionally. I didn't mean to make things worse between us. I know I should have handled things better.
Oh, okay.
We're family, and I don't want things to stay awkward. As the elder, I'm apologizing first, so I hope you'll forgive me.
Thank you, Lorraine. And I'm sorry too for raising my voice at you. I know I should have handled things differently.
Look at that! Such a big heart. It's okay. I know you were sick and stressed. These things happen.
Is she really being sincere? Her entire attitude seems so different. Maybe she really is sorry. Here's your coffee, Lorraine.
Oh, thanks. So, I hear business has really picked up for you. I heard from Shane that you're making about $10,000 a month these days.
What?
That's what he told me. Is it true? Or are you making even more than that?
Well, I've been fortunate that the cafe is doing well lately, yes.
Wow, so Shane was right. He said if the cafe does well, we'd have a rich family member. And it looks like he wasn't wrong.
Okay, now I'm getting a bad feeling about this.
So, now that you're making more than before, you've probably got more flexibility, right? How about we talk about that allowance again?
Allowance?
Yeah, you know, we let it slide when things were tighter. But now that you're bringing in $10,000 a month, don't you think it's a little ungrateful not to send something our way?
Lorraine, where is this coming from? Shane and I already talked about this, and we thought we'd settled it.
Well, that was when you weren't making much. But Shane stopped sending us anything 2 months ago and told me I should talk to you directly about it.
Excuse me?
So here's what I'm thinking. Why don't you start sending us $3,000 a month? I mean, it's only a third of what you're making. That's not too much to ask, right?
$3,000? Are you serious? Lorraine, who gives their in-laws that kind of money?
Hey, that's not unreasonable. Lots of people in your situation send money to their in-laws. I see it all the time on TV. And let's not forget I raised Shane, didn't I? That's an investment, and I think I deserve a little interest in return.
Unbelievable. You raised Shane poorly, and now you're talking about interest like he's an investment. What a joke.
What did you just say? How dare you talk about Shane like that? What do you mean, raised poorly?
Has Shane not told you? He's been unemployed for months, Lorraine. He quit his job because he couldn't handle it. And without me, he wouldn't even have a roof over his head. Every expense, the house, the car, the allowance you used to get, that all comes from my pocket.
That's ridiculous. Shane told me he was still earning. Maybe not as much as he used to, but at least $6,000 or $7,000 a month. You're making this up.
You've been fooled, just like I was. If he was making $6,000 or $7,000 a month, don't you think he'd be able to give you more than a measly $400? You should have questioned that a long time ago. But then again, if he could fool the woman he shares a bed with, what's stopping him from fooling his own mother?
Stop with the nonsense. Shane told me he's been helping out at your cafe every night, and that's the only reason you're doing so well. In fact, you owe a lot of your success to him. The money you're making, that's thanks to Shane.
What? Shane said that? Wow, that's... I'm stunned. That's the ultimate betrayal. If that's how he really feels, then I've got no reason to keep him around.
What are you talking about? What do you mean?
I mean, I'm done. Take him back. I don't need a husband who lies, steals, and then takes credit for my success.
Are you saying you want a divorce?
Yes, exactly. And as for the money he stole from the cafe, consider that the last payment you'll ever get from me. I'm not asking for it back. Take it and take him. Just stay out of my life.
What's gotten into you? Have you lost your mind after your hospital stay?
No, Lorraine. You've actually helped me see things clearly. If it weren't for you, I might have let him keep deceiving me. So, thank you. And here's your coffee. It's on the house. Now, please, take it and leave.
What are you doing? Stop pushing me! I'm not finished!
After I told Lorraine about the divorce, it didn't take long for Shane to call me. It was like they were in sync, running the same play. He was, once again, apologizing, claiming that he hadn't told Lorraine the truth because he didn't want to break her heart by admitting he was unemployed. He begged me to give him one more chance. But in that moment, I realized something. Everything he said was just words. Empty promises. He wasn't sorry for what he'd done. He was just trying to keep himself afloat now that he knew I was serious. It was clear that all he cared about was staying attached to my success, especially now that the cafe was doing so well. His survival depended on me, and that made it all the easier to let go. Without hesitation, I filed for divorce and moved on without a second thought. Now, with the cafe thriving, I know exactly what I'm going to do with all that extra money. Take care of the people who really matter. My parents, the ones who raised me and never once betrayed my trust.